Well, guys, I did it. I finally did it. I beat The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. So guess what? It's time for a review. What did I think about this game? Well, aside from the same stuff I complained a little bit about from Hourglass, I have to admit, I took this game for granted, big time. I mean, wow, the storyline is great. I originally had it for the DS. Obviously, I told you before that someone stole it, but I can't say I hate it, but I wouldn't say I like it as much, just like I said about Phantom Hourglass, as much as A Link to the Past. But I will say this. I did, in fact, put way too much hate on it. Way too much. I did like the bosses. They were awesome. I loved that each one was different. Each one was, unique. I liked the train mechanic. Now that I know how to use it, I know how to slow down. I know how to speed up. I know how to brake. And I'll talk about the bosses and the final boss here in a minute. But there was a few nitpicks I have for this game. First of all, just like in Phantom Hourglass, sometimes using the stylus kind of ruined the thing for me. Now, it's not a bad thing, but I'm just saying that I would rather use a D-pad over using a stylus. But don't get me wrong, it was great. For some parts, like using a bow and arrow, for example, that actually worked. It was like, oh, I can aim using this. The boomerang, I want to say that thing was probably utilized a lot better than Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass, but it still is the same thing. You just draw a line, and I didn't hate that. Again, it's like aiming. It was like aiming in Ocarina of Time 3D. It was like aiming in Twilight Princess. It wasn't bad. Sword. Again, I don't know. I think the gimmick is okay. I still would like to, use my hand to slash at things, aka Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, and by the way, that's coming up pretty soon after I beat it. But other than that, it's not terrible. The minigames were a little more easier to tackle. I mean, Take 'em All On was great. The Pirate Hideout actually was a lot easier than the one you had to do for the quiver and stuff. And I do like how you can actually use items to upgrade your trait. Now on to the bosses. They were all unique. They were actually very fun to fight. I think the one I didn't like as much was Phytops. Phytops, I liked it when he got to the top, but getting up to that boss was a pain in the butt. You had to use the whip, which isn't bad, but sometimes the whip would miss. The final boss, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I gotta say, all three phases were awesome. Now, I said on Paramount Glass that the three phases were great on that game. This game was mind-blowing. I mean, it was amazing. It wasn't, over the top amazing, but it was definitely different. I took a whole week to beat that game. And I'm glad I did because, quite honestly, I didn't want to end. And I did like the fact that you can choose what Link is going to become at the end of the game. Guess what I chose? Engineer. Because I'm a big train fan. So, all in all, it wasn't a terrible game. It was fun for the most part. And that's all I gotta say. I mean, this game, if you want to buy it, it's on the Wii U. It's not that pricey, and I would definitely go out and buy it if it's still available when you watch this video. I hope you enjoyed my review. Next one will definitely be Other M. And don't forget, Skyward Sword review is coming up pretty soon. I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell to make sure you are notified when I upload a new video. Because that Other M review is coming soon. I promise.